So Erica Kirk suing me over a video I posted, me in all white, walking in with fireworks, hitting a double take, that half cry, half smile, talking like those political wife speeches. And now it's too far. Now, let's keep it real. You forgave the man who killed your husband, but you taking me to court, say it again, you forgave a killer, but you're suing a comedian for a video. That's crazy. And don't lie on me. I ain't joke about no tragedy. I didn't touch that. I joked about what everybody sees, the outfit, the voice, the way y'all get on stage and talk. That's public. That's what y'all put out. I just copied it. Now it's a problem. So what comedy got to be safe now? Comedy got to ask permission or just not be accurate. Because last time I checked, impressions, parody, all that, that's free speech. That's the whole point. But now it's crossing the line because it hit too close. So be real. You mad I made a joke or mad it looked exactly like you? You protect all men in America, especially all white men.
Big ups to Drewski, okay? His comedic timing is impeccable, and I love the way he used satire in his skits, and it was just a really good impersonation of Erica Kirk. He always does a phenomenal job, if you ask me. Now, with all that being said, I just want to encourage the American people, okay, in general, but Black people very specifically. First of all, let's all rally behind that. Let's all be an advocate for being protected by our constitutional right, and that is freedom of speech, right? Because a threat to one person's freedom of speech is a threat to all of our freedom of speech. And I think it's imperative, it's critical for all of us to be able to speak our truth, because at the end of the day, understanding that more anybody's talk, the more they reveal themselves, okay? And so we don't want people to be censored. We want people to let us know who they are, right? So when they reveal themselves, we can believe them. So I think, again, that's a big mistake that we are making, you know, calling for people to be censored, to be muted, right? To be hushed up about their opinions, their thoughts, right? Their perceptions of all of these things. Again, this is opinions. This is your thoughts. You have a right to speak, right? Under the Constitution, under law, we are protected. So I don't want to infringe or impede on anybody's right. So I just feel like we need to be less emotional responsive, right? In our responses, we need to grow thicker skin. We need to be able to accept, because I'm going to accept that you have freedom of speech. I want that same respect. I want it reciprocated when I open my mouth, right? I don't want to infringe on anybody, and that's what we have to understand. When you are trying to censor what somebody else is saying, one day you're going to be censored as well. You can't have, you know, both sides. You can't have it both ways. So again, I think that it's imperative that we allow people to say what's on their mind. It actually, you know, benefits us. Again, the more people talk, the more they reveal themselves. And I feel like we should all advocate for that, to be able to speak and say what it is we want to say. Be mindful also that, you know, if we're not careful, they will. And we've been warned that our words can and will be used against us. So we don't want to keep calling for people to be censored. We're trying to sue people, right? Involve the courts in something that's protected under the Constitution already. So those are games that I don't think we want to play. Again, our words will and can be used against us. We've already been fairly warned. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button. If you are a subscriber, I'd like to thank you for being a subscriber. If you are not, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because in my own personal opinion, I don't think you're going to be disappointed in doing so. With all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will be back very shortly with more of my unpopular thoughts.